Hey guys, this video is for you if you build app the old way or the new way. The hardest part is not building the product, you build it and now what? It's marketing. My name is Anna, I am founder and CEO of TOO.BADASS branding agency, and I also founded Two Founders community of app founders. And here we are learning to market our apps and products. So I'm going to talk about organic content, about market research, about testing content, about some funnels, UGC, using Reddit as a tool, ASO, and Geo. I'm gonna explain what that is. As for organic content, the reasons why I would start, like I did start with organic content for my agency as well. Two reasons. First off, some of you might not have a budget for paid ads right away, and second reason, which is a bit more compelling, would be you might not have knowledge or data about which things work. So if you're just going to be blindly putting out paid ads without testing them or without like any research, then it will work, but yeah, chaotically and not like it will not grow in the long term. So at some point it would be smart to add paid ads, obviously, but after testing organic first. So how do we test it? And I have a note here. So people join social media to get value, to be distracted with something like shocking, funny, sad, emotional, or to vibing content, right? Not to watch ads or not to watch all the products that you did, all the features that you added to the app. Because you as a producer care about the features that you build. Basically, people are joining instead to get something out of it, not to hear, they listen about you building a product. So try to use some content like top of the funnel. You want to make it interesting enough for right people to go to the next step. You are not trying to tell them the whole story of your product or all the features in 10 seconds. The content's only purpose here is to drive a click. And I wanted to jump to the funnel. So I'm not an expert in funnels. So this is the simplest one that I can show off. But if we're talking about content, this is the first step right here. And this purpose of this step is only to get to App Store or Google Play. Our goal is not to get the purchase here. So yeah, get them curious enough to go here, because it's almost impossible to get them. Oh, you have. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought it was a new message in the chat. The goal is to go to App Store, not to get a purchase, because it's almost impossible. And most people would be lazy to go to bio and click a link. We're not even talking about, purchasing. So yeah, in order to do that, we don't want to talk about the product, don't explain features. We want to sell the result, the transformation, which a product does for people, not what it is. And this means that content should be more natural, less of an ad. And if people see that it's salesy or ad, like they will go to almost immediately. And you can like make a valuable content and then show at the end product for 2 seconds, and that would be enough if the content is interesting, and also about frequency of posting here, that's where I got confused. I heard a lot of approaches. One of the approach that I also tried and I heard was from Alex Ramosi, to post like 5 times a day and across multiple accounts, so that people will notice that you exist and you will keep talking. If you don't talk about yourself, no one will see you. Then some people say you should post 3 times a day, and some say, oh, you should post quality content. And if you cannot produce quality in such amounts, like 5 times a day, if it's going to be slop, then it's better not to do this. And so I've been on both sides here. I don't know if I should share this screen. Maybe no. Yeah, why? I've been on both sides, and I'm gonna share right now the screen. Wait a second. So, this is the platform of my agency, and here you can see at the top, like these pieces of content are a bit more, they're not super thought through, but they were I put in some effort to make them, right? You have like design carousel, or you have a particular topic with the formula here. But if we are But if I would scroll down more, like this content are also like were edited and stuff. And if I'm going down like to the even half of a year back, or like 1 or 2 years back, I was mostly this content is good enough, but maybe content like this. Uh, is it opening? Oh, it's not. Okay, okay. You see here, I just yap on camera, and you don't see even you see subtitles, but one subtitle per at a time, and you don't see the whole message. And it's a long video, and it might be for 1 minute, for 2 minutes. And this way, I was maybe learning to talk on camera, or this learning to do the content. But at some point, when I started out, I would do videos like that, like 5 times a day. And when I would record content, I would sit down. If in one day, I would record like how much 35 videos, right? So like once a week, 35 videos. Once I did 70 videos in a day to cover 2 weeks of commercial content, and the content went out really I'm sorry, but shitty. Okay, like it was really shitty content, because I would have an idea that can be developed in every reel, and it can be phrased simpler and communicated much in a shorter term and more effectively, and the communicated better in a carousel, in a picture, using a bit more visuals, a bit more graphics, before and after, some manual. But I was just blabbing and talking like I'm right now, and it was not effective. So I got a comment after a month of posting 5 times a day that I'm kind of boring people out, and they start unsubscribe from me just because I post so much of low quality content. I was focusing too much on the quantity and on being active and like posting, just like Gary V says. Us tell us to do. That's what I was doing, but I was totally not caring about the quality, because I could not handle it. I had a team of like 3 people, and maybe one person was helping me out sometimes with the content. Mostly, I was doing it myself and trying to manage the agency and do this like five reels a day. That basically takes up your whole day. So I quit doing this thing, and I moved on to a bit more of a quality content. So if you can do quality content 5 times a day, that's awesome. And here it's still an open question for me, how much you should post a day, or how often. Like the more the better. 50 videos across accounts a week, that's what people say is perfect. But again, you can go to Arcads, Hicksfield, on different like platforms where you can produce these AI generated videos. I also tried that, but it turns out that you have to create like 15 seconds clips, and you have to script them. So it's actually much faster to record a yapping video of 1 minute than just make it with AI. So it's actually hard to produce. It's easier to produce with UGC if you're paying people. Then yeah, you're welcome. So this is about the content production. Let me know your thoughts about the frequency of posting. The next thing would be market research. So I would not create content randomly, because it's like you are, entering in the room without light, and you're trying to find the socks that you dropped last night, and it would be much faster for you to search for them if you turn the lights on. So most likely you'll fail. Now, how would you do the research? You'd go to TikTok, and you would search not for the app name, but for the problem that app is solving. Like if you have a quit vaping app, search like quit vaping. If you have lose weight app, just search lose weight, right? If you have parenting app, it might solve a lot of problems. I worked with one, Baby Resume, should be here in the community. I would search for spending more time with kids, or there are so many problems that it would solve. Um, tracking babies' growth, tracking babies' health, um, ideas for baby presents, and so on. And I would go into those small problems that your app is solving. This might be multiple problems. This might be different problems for different target avatars. You might have investment app, and you're targeting 20 years old, 40 years old people, and I don't know, Some of them might be like family people who want their kids to go to college. Some of them might be super driven finance bros who are using this to trick the market and earn more than like 8% of gross like a year. But you have to personalize the solution to the problem for all of them, and basically show like a small video of or search for those small videos where people show how or which result they're getting from the app, and then kind of 2 seconds of the app at the end. Sort by most likely at a time. Save every viral video into a spreadsheet. For each video, write like the hook, the storyline, why it worked, the format, and here you can go actually really in detail as to which things work and which things don't work. I'm gonna share one account that I love about social media production. It's called Personal Brand Launch. This one. So I'm not gonna say that I'm an expert in creating content. I tried to be, and I learned to be, but I did not end up being that. So here she has some pieces of content that I think are quite important, just like components of the content. I forgot where that is, but she was showing basically which things are the most important for the video. Is it the value? Is it the hashtags? Is it verbal or visual hook? Is it the CTA at the bottom? Is it the format, comparison, or yapping? So there are different components to which you can break down the video. And right now I understand there can be millions of components, and you can go as deep as you want into analyzing the piece of content. I'm going to share one more thing, an interesting one. I did research for Baby Resume. I hope that's fine that I'm going to be sharing that. So basically, I was trying to, at some point, add up the service of creating content and designing content for my clients. And I was trying to do SOP, a systematic operational procedure for that. And this is the research that I did as an experiment. I'm going to spoil it. So the spoiler alert, it did not work out. But I think that this file can be solid and you can check it out. So how I did the research. I first went into Instagram and TikTok, and I searched for viral pieces of content that popped out when I was searching for this like solving problem for the app. And I identified them as viral if you divide number of views per number of followers the influencer has. I cannot claim that this is the only right way to identify a viral piece of content. So it's going to be viral when you see an account, right, with 1,000 followers, and all the videos are getting like 5K views, 10K views, but one gets a million. It's obviously a viral piece. But sometimes it's harder to identify that. So we're just going to consider that these are viral pieces. I might have made a mistake here. I just took 20 pieces and I broke them down into the how thumbnail worked. Notes for editing, like whether they were special effects. By that I mean comparing to people, no hashtags. Like, right, this is like the editing effect. Music, then for recording action hook, like just double screen during the video. What happens as hooks? Maybe he's pouring water, sitting down, eating something, cutting. I don't know. Subtitles, environmental appearance. Some people do hooks like. Okay, so if I'd be recording the video, I'd consider maybe the hat that I'm wearing a hook. Maybe I should take kind of cute cup and hold it all the time and drink from it, and that might be considered a hook in some reels. That's not good enough. I should take like a pink microphone. I was doing a reel recently, and I took rose, like real rose, and it was yellow and it was huge, and I applied rose to the microphone, and I was always carrying that. So that's kind of visual detail that is bright and that attracts people's attention, and it's different from everyone does. So I'm talking about things like that, and you can break down the video as deep as you want. I'm telling you, the hook, right? Here I'm saying action hook, but I would say right now, maybe I'm going too deep into that, but I'm like excited because these are the things that I learned. So hook, people say that hook is not that as important as the actual value of your reel. If you are sharing really valuable, shocking information, some super secret information about I don't know, CIA and Trump and the upcoming war that happens in the world, then of course, and you have really solid proven information, and people believe that, you're gonna get more views because you're talking about like important topic. But if you are talking about choosing a blue color for branding, I'm not talking about that, but it's not that interesting. So, anyways, value is more important than hook. Now going back to hooks. I think that there are hooks that are verbal, like statement. If you say something weird or unexpected or people like, provocative, people will pay attention to that. If you say, so, uh, I'm sorry, guys. My brain is a bit creative, and sometimes it goes nuts. Sometimes the ideas are inappropriate, right? But if you puke from drinking tea, like stuff like that, okay? So if I will open up the video and I'm gonna say, so whenever I drink tea, I puke, right? You're gonna be like, what? So this is not the truth. But this is a weird thing to say. No one tells that, and no one records a story about puking from tea or something. But this is what verbal hook, in my opinion, is. It does not have to be that strong all the time. People post tons of options, like no one's telling you this, so I'm gonna be the first to tell you the truth. So like all these different hooks, but what I do not like about that is that they are repetitive. I see too much of the same hooks, and I see that it was too scripted, it was too planned, that it does not look natural. So also there is the mastery of making it a hook, but make it look effortless. Like it was easy. It was not a hook. You didn't notice that. So yeah, the puke and the tea is kind of unique one. You can use it. Now, as to other hooks, it can be action hook. I can be spilling the water. They say when you do cold emails and you kind of drop something or spill the water and you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, wait a second, I just like spilled water on my laptop or something." People are more likely to stay and wait for it because you act more human than just other cold callers. And I did try that. That kind of worked. I can say that I got more sales out of it, but people stayed. Then if you do action hook, can be you doing anything. Like you can fall down, sit down, just enter something crazy or something subtle, like standing up. Then it can be your clothes or environment hook. I already mentioned the top or like a different weird microphone, or maybe you might be sitting somewhere in a puddle on the street. I don't know. This is a hook. It's weird. Then what are other editing hooks? All these zooms ins and so on. Sound hook. It's also editing. These like whooshes and I don't know, clicks and typing and all these sounds. Then the hook. What else? So editing, sound. Yeah, editing can be like this that you see on the screen comparing to people. This is actually a hook, I think, because it's kind of interesting to compare. What else? Subtitles, environment, appearance. I don't know. Maybe you can be showing something in the screen. I forgot. I forgot other hooks, but it was already enough. So basically, I broke down the video into the thumbnail, hooks, body of the reel, CTA at the end, and some visual frames. Maybe there are some cinematic moments, because actually it can be a hook. The quality of the video can be a hook. If this is a low quality video, well, some low quality videos are working, but only when people are falling in those puddles, when something bad happens. That's where low quality videos are good. Other than that, high quality and cinematic one will work better. So I broke down these like videos or pieces of content into like visual frames or why it worked. Some of the things are empty because I don't know, I was lazy to fill them up. Then I analyzed that. I also searched 10 creators and analyzed how they do their account, bio, which highlights that they have, which formats of content they post. Here I saw that they post a lot of carousels with tips. They post a lot of real life footage, like moments like this, or conversational videos. And then I broke down other 10 creators like that, and I put it together in this awesome table. I love this table. And it says that here you see the level of editing, right? So there is like highly edited video, middle level edited video, primitive edited video. What do I mean by that? If you have highly edited video, it's going to be 30 seconds, and every 2 seconds, no, every 2, let's say every 4 seconds, you're going to have new frame, new scene cut. And when you do a highlighted video like that, I mean, it might take you 2 days to do just 30 seconds. If you do this properly, if you do it cinematically, if you do a close shot, if you do like shot from the front, from like below line of the ground, like a lot of it's cinematic process. You're recording a film and you do a lot of editing like this one. You see here, this is like, maybe you know this girl. Here she's talking, and here she's sitting, and here she's like has blurred to a pen on frying pan. And this is highly edited. Or this one. Then middle edited video is going to be just like, yeah, you put a few cuts together, but you did not pay a lot of attention to that. It's like, here, you brought 2 videos together, but it does not take you a lot of time to do this, okay? Because, I mean, it's not a lot of editing. And primitive level is almost when you did not. You just insert raw footage of you talking and put a main message here. Or this one, you see like there is some baby and a lot of text in the description. And I thought, oh, that's so bad. You didn't put so much effort in it. But these videos actually worked. Some of them, yeah, like this is just 103K, but like for just a video like that, I mean, that's already a lot. Then you have carousels. Some of them might be highly edited. Like if I did this page, I mean, you have to put all these elements together here. It kind of takes time a little bit. Like this one, you have to edit this, you know, and design it. Or this one. I know that Claude does carousels right now. I mean, Claude might do carousel like this, but not a carousel like this. And so, and then there are carousels where you just put text on top of the photo. And it's also good if the photos are interesting, or carousels like this. I mean, come on, this is really primitive. But if the content is, oh no, that was sorry. So there are like highly creative carousels, primitive, and then picture and stories. Yeah. So I analyzed in terms of editing here, and here I was analyzing in terms of format. So there is storytelling or yapping. Then there are tips. You can be telling people, giving them valuable information. And I saw that there can be a list of tips, a lot of tips, like 5 things you shouldn't do on a, I'm sorry. Okay, I spoiled my, my t-shirt. You should not do on your website. And that's a list of tips. Or you can just have one thing, like you should not do on your website this, and you over-explain this one thing for 30 more seconds. One tip explained, right? Comparison. Bad thing or good thing, before and after, right and wrong, person A, person B. Like, here is an experienced investor who makes 100K a month. Conversational. Yeah, you can also have a tip, but make it conversational. Storytelling is when you are sharing the story of your life, introducing yourself, talking about the app that you're building, you know, stuff like that. Then the raw content would be like relatable, funny, motivational. So here we're showing like POV, right? Or funny content, but it's actually hard to produce because this funny content, you have to catch the moment. You have to always have your camera turned on and record the whole team that builds the app. I don't know. Or role play, dialogue. So there are different ways. And then I was showing like edit these examples of content. I also, for my client, I showed how long it takes to make a piece of content like that. Like how long it would take you scripting, recording and stuff to optimize production then, to see if that's possible to combine those things. Then I went to the creators, right, that we analyzed previously, and I analyzed which creators do which type of content. And like for creator 1, I was using these like great stickers. And I thought, oh, this creator does a lot of primitive edited storytelling. She just talks a lot on the phone. She does a lot of conversational tips. She, again, talks a lot about tips. or then there are other guys who do a lot of carousels, right? And I saw this accumulation kind of visually of stickers. Which types of content are the most popular? Like POVs were popular, or primitive edited videos storytelling were popular, or primitive carousels were popular, or storytelling highlighted, like, and you comparisons were popular. So, and some things were not all like were almost not created. Okay, did I create just new raw? So basically, you can check out this file. This is a huge long file, and then I broke it down into content pillars that it would create. Yeah, this is how I was analyzing the formats of content, why I was doing that. If you're going back to our topic, I'm sorry, I have to pause, I guess, here. Okay, so I'm going to continue. And now we checked out the file from Paid Resume. And right now I'm going to go to, I'm going to show some of the examples of content that might work. So I did a bit of search, and if you're talking about not making salesy pieces of content, this might be it, right? So this guy has, I guess, quit vaping app, or yeah, like long lock, maybe quit nicotine or something. Yeah, nicotine. And he says 1 hour in, and he makes actually like not bad carousels. These do not require a lot of editing, but he has a lot of pages here. Like you see there are a lot of pages. And he kind of explains how our body responds to like nicotine removal. And at the end, he has just 1 page. But he provided value before promoting the product. He does the same here, or he does a piece of content like this. Same Ava, I showed you, I showed her to you already today. She does a lot of educational content, and at the end, she has just short CTA to follow her. This is the bad example, in my opinion. So this is actually an awesome app, global app. I am currently testing it out. This is planning your content application. The only thing is that the content here is actually, it's very cute, and it's, for me, it's interesting, just because I kind of learned about the app early on, and I reached out to the founder. But for any other regular user, they will not pay attention to this. Why? Because here you're telling I had a vision for an app made just for me, or I build an app. This might be relatable for you guys, people who are also building products, but not for those who want to do content. So I would show how you actually plan content, which problems do you have as the social media manager, or as the content creator, or UGC, I don't know, influencer, whoever you might be working with content. And then you have app as a solution at the end, because here it's mostly like build an app for content creators, built in to solve my content creator problem. Like, it's a lot of showing what you're actually doing here, not helping people. This example here, the guy was showing what's inside the app, and at the end of the video, like, quit vaping. Or this is like while vaping, and then after quitting, and then the app. So you basically show in comparison something interesting inside of the reel, not just talking about the reel, about the app. Like, oh, so you should do this. And no one wants to hear a lesson. Actually, it's interesting example. I just realized that when I'm talking to parents, and they would tell me how I should like live the life, or giving me this like lessons, like I don't know, cutting the salad, and let's say I know how to cut cucumbers, right? But for some reason, I would be given a lecture on how to cut cucumbers, even though I'm doing it right or wrong. It does not matter. I would just be given a lecture because parents do that, and I hate it so much. It just I don't know. I'm just get used to it. I'm like, okay. But if we're doing that in content, if we just give a lecture without no reasons, or like, you should do this, you should use this app, like, no one's gonna listen to you. Or even when you are a friend, right? And you liked one movie and you want to recommend, like, suggest that for your friend to watch. It rarely happens that your friend watches it, just really rare. So no one wants to hear your recommendations or lessons or pieces of advice. Mostly they want to relate first or get a value, and then see the app. Then same thing here. 3 tips to help you quit for good. And I don't know what it does here. So tip 1 is cardio, then oral fixation, and then use the app. So he actually talked about something before showing the app. Or this one, okay, this is not a good example. So you got what I mean. Now market research. I partly showed you actually the research, the file. Search the problem your app solves, not your app name, on platforms to see viral pieces of content, or you can use these tools, right? Like TikTok, Top Ads, Viral Ad Library. Like these are the platforms that actually exist. And yeah, here is the research. We checked it out. Maybe you can comment on this a bit more. So wait a second. Yeah. You basically have to find viral content within your niche, break it down into pieces, see which hooks works, which value works, which they work and which don't, and then test it out. Now, about testing it out, here I'm saying that like find one format that works and scale it repeatedly. And that's the question. Another question, dilemma that I have in my mind is how much content do you need to understand that this works or this does not work? There is a blogger, his name is Jun Yu. I can show his account to you. I think he's also an expert in creating content, a pretty good one. He also has like a creator college with Sean Khalif or Khalif, I forgot what's the name. Oh God. Awesome. You see my recommendations right now. So it's June, I guess. Yeah, this guy. So somewhere around his content, he was saying that if you are trying to post, don't wait for perfect formats or content, right, that you want. Just post 20 videos and have like test 4 formats, and then see after these 20 videos which worked the best and which worked the worst, and then double down on those that worked and remove those that did not. And there should be the ratio of experimental content should not take more than 30%. It should be normally around 10% of the whole content. So somewhere around here, I don't know, somewhere around his content, he does actually good content about creators. He was saying this thing that I just mentioned. And yeah, other people say that you need minimum 50 videos per week. This was actually by one of the app founders who was scaling an app with UGC for testing at scale with other creators. And this is kind of the loop that you do for testing content. Why do you need actually formats? That's the thing that I mentioned previously, because some people think that, oh, you're just gonna do trends, you're just gonna use viral sounds, you're just gonna write ideas and execute them. That's actually my mistake that I've been doing lately. I'm trying right now, like I'm busy, but when I'll renew production of my content, I want to define 3 or 4 formats of content for all of my accounts, for like personal account, for branding agency account, for TOO.BADASS founders account, to kind of streamline the production of the content and make it more packed with value. Why formats are also important, because that's what people will know you for. You might be really tired from repeating the same thing or saying like editing the same way. I'm gonna show you the example that I have is a lot of branding experts they post a video like, here is how I would do the brand. Sorry, here's what I would do if I did branding for Rod, for Rare Beauty or other like brands, and they just come up with non-existent brand or ideas or content, and or other formats. And this is called the format, right? The thing that people know you for, and the thing that people liked. And I used to have 3 formats. One would be something valuable, like carousels with information, then showing my work in Reel or in carousel, and then vibing. But the thing is that I went too vague and blurred and without like lost the direction in this format, because I would just show my works in any way possible. I would just be dancing to the world music and having my works kind of change, or I don't know, do other things. Let me check the video is recording. Yeah. So I would just try to stick with one format because it's going to be much easier for you, and it's also going to be much clearer for algorithm to track you. Now, the marketing funnel, one job per step. You see, there are different ways. There can be different funnels like linked together. I'm not an expert in that. I'm sorry, I'm not a salesperson. But basically, here is the funnel for content. If you get views here, people go to App Store or Google Play, goes to onboarding, and then purchase subscription. Yeah, that's how it basically works. So we're talking about getting people like here. I already mentioned that. Another funnel that we might mention here is GEO. It's like general engine optimization. Whether your app pops up in Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Rock, and other tools. Because people don't do Google and stuff anymore, they're searching that on with AI. Even if you Google stuff, you get Gemini answer first. So if your app does not appear in the AI tools, then no one sees that. So you want geo. Maybe it leads to your website where you tell about all the features, or it might lead to the App Store right away. It depends whether you need one. So that's why it's dashed here. And then you go down the same road. I did not add Google and stuff, but you can add Google and stuff here. Geo is basically the whole thing right now. The next step would be creating content or doing UGC or hiring micro-influencers. So the more creators you have, the more data you have, it's better than one big influencer. Micro-influencers criteria 1 to 10K followers, although active by like engagement, shares, views, not just like number of these followers. This can be even maybe less, but if they have, it's rare. So, and here with this like UGC, I guess the important thing is CPM per flat rate content. So you want to, as a founder of the app, you want CP to pay on the CPM basis. It's like cost per miles. That's thousands in Spanish. So you are paying for 1,000 views. Let me read the info here I have here. Yeah. So some I heard the numbers that some of the founders pay $50 per video for a small creator, for like a 2,000 followers creators, and then boost videos with $30 or $50 in paid ads. This way you own the content forever once approved, and you can repost it across Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever. And then this CPM to flat rate content. So this is the way you're paying influencers. CPM, yeah, as I said, paid creators per 1,000 views. So if you have $1 CPM, you pay $1 every time your content gets 1,000 views. One campaign got 178 unique videos. What is that? I'm reading some bullshit information. So you get $1,000 for 1 million views. The math around that. Flat rate is you pay a fixed amount per video, regardless of how it works, how it performs. Example, like $10 per video, creator gets paid the same whether it gets 1,000 or 100 views. And that's actually tricky to get good influencers to get just any influencer to work on a CPM basis, because it's not that secure for them. So if it's possible to combine both, have some like small rate for a piece of content produced, like $10 or something, and then to motivate them to have good quality video, add CPM on top. So you get a $10, and then every 100 views you get like $1 more or something. I'm not aware of pricing. I was doing a bit of research, and maybe I'll get an answer soon. There is one app that I like the way they did UGC, and I think they launched just recently. This one app. Let's check out the UGC that they do. So they have, you see, their account is almost empty. They do not post content themselves. They just post about their app. So Here is what I do. You see, like, these are all guys who did UGC for them. Most of them have the same script, and they're showing how this app works here. How to make money for I don't know. Actually, I forgot what this app does, but they have, you see a lot of videos, a lot of UGC. I contacted them to see how they do and optimize and scale their UGC. It was interesting for me. So yeah, follow along. Maybe I'll share that in the chat later on. You see a lot. Now, tools for running UGC at scale: Posted App, SideShift, Whoop, Below, and agencies. So there was one influencer whose video I watched on YouTube, and he said that Posted App is the best. He was biased because he was the founder of Posted Apps. I would also say that Whoop is pretty good. Whoop is pretty good. Here is how they look. The tools, I just opened them. I don't know why. So this is Posted, SideShift. Here you go. Whoop. Basically, this is a platform where you can Iman Ganzi a year ago or something invested in the platform. You here can do tasks for others and kind of post them. And here the thing is that you pay for videos that only you're going to use, that you're only going to download. If you don't like the videos that were made for you on this platform by UGC creators, you'd have to pay for it. So it's kind of risk-free. And same goes for Posted. Then below, and then there are agencies who kind of manage those maybe bigger influencers, but they start off from 5K months. Another tool for UGC, not for UGC, sorry, for promoting just Reddit. So Reddit is top in 10 most used sites on the worldwide basis. And there are a lot of subreddits that you can go to. I'll share the link to the Sigma file, and here you have links to them. It's interesting that, yeah, so you can read connected questions to SaaS or to startups or to these topics. You can find them manually, the topics that maybe the problem that you're solving, and answer and help people in a genuine way. So this is the thing here. You can help people genuinely, but spamming about your product will get you banned right away, and you might be banned even faster. I don't know the whole rules of Reddit, and I wanted to hear whether you use this tool for promotion. I did not use this tool for promotion, but it was funny enough that I just opened this morning Reddit. I don't use it even on everyday basis, just because I'm from like Eastern Europe country, and I don't know, I just did not have that in my culture. I just don't spend time on Reddit. Just don't. That's the case. So maybe once or 3 times in a lifetime I opened that before, and right now I'm going into my Reddit and it was blocked. Reason is unknown. So you can be blocked really easily for some reason. The next step would be paid ads. So, oh, by the way, I wanted to mention about Reddit that like a lot of AI tools are pulling from Reddit, GPT especially, and some of the like Perplexity pulls 48% of its citations from Reddit. Grok pulls 33. So it's a lot of data goes from Reddit, right? And it's kind of considered to be a live conversation. Now, paid ads. We already mentioned that you should not be starting here. And here, maybe the one important thing that I wanted to say is like LTV should be bigger than customer acquisition cost. Yeah, before that, this one is good actually. Videos alone rarely drive millions of downloads organically. They get it through like paid ads. Why? Because paid ads have more clickable CTAs, more options, and it pushes down to more specific audience and bigger audience. And I actually have experience. I did mentorship. I was selling my course as a mentor in UX design, and well, it's not a huge number, but I grew my account to 3,500 followers. It's not huge, it's like little, but for some reason I was growing that like for 2 years or something. And I did paid ads systematically at the time, and it did work. I say it's a great tool. although it did not work as well for my branding agency, so I can't share my experience here. So paid ads are cool. I see that they are working. If you double down on organic content that worked previously. Now, paid ads calculation, right? So you're spending on acquiring a customer acquisition cost. And if it is dollar and under $1, you see, if it's under $1 and your LTV is $1, then you are making money. LTV is like lifetime value, or how much money does your user spend on the application. And there are actually tools that help you calculate LTV for your app. Maybe you have some names here. No, I don't. So you should check that out on someone, ChatGPT, or ask someone. So I forgot what are the platforms. I really knew the name. Okay. Oh, you see that revenue cat. Yeah. So on revenue cat, you can calculate LTV, and in Facebook account with paid ads, you can see customer CAC, right? So that's all for the paid ads. I'm not an expert here. I wanted to show a bit more of metrics and a bit more of data here, because I know that I'm going through the theory right now and not as an expert, and it might be a nick. It might turn people off. I know that. Not I stopped being a member of one of business communities after I heard a lecture about branding from a person who was not an expert. And it was like really shitty lecture. And I was like, God, I can do so much better. So if you can tell better about marketing and you're watching this, let's have a call. I'd be glad to hear better and more richer information and to hear your real stories from what you've practiced, right? The other tools would be ASO and GO. I think that you would read about them here because you have a lot of text here. And so that I wouldn't just be reading text for you. Basically, it's app search optimization, for app to be found on App Store or Google Play. And here you have like breakdown of how many keywords you can write for App Store and for Android, for iOS and for Android, right? Screenshots and icons. What is that? Tweet. Yeah, so here, practical, while showing screenshots on App Store and Google Play, do not just show all the AI, all the features that you have. Solve like which problem you solve per screen and which screen it is. And do not use a lot of words, not repeat words. Just use them once and make it sharp, neat, and short. Then rating and reviews, you see that most of the features apps on App Store have this high review, so you need a lot of ratings and a lot of reviews, but do not put them, please, in onboarding. Please put them after first result that people get on your app, because this is genuinely when they have some value from you. I see a lot of apps that ask like, do you like our app? Right at the start. I'm like, I don't know, guys. You're asking me to commit and to go to different platform to rate you or something, and I mean, come on. Step 5, retention matters now. So you see, apps with strong day 7 retention are ranking above competitors that have more downloads but weak engagement. This thing is important to keep your users retained. And for that, also I do audits for UI and UX of your applications. You can text me for retention purposes. That's what I do. Keep updating. Yeah, the more updates that you have, the more platforms see that you're active. A note for Android here. Google Play won't start indexing your app for keywords until 10K downloads. Apple ranks you from day 1. And these are tools for searching keywords to use for your app and for A/B testing visuals and tracking. Then GEO for your app here, basically what is GEO and what is SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. It's like to optimize your app for Google. And GEO is to get ranked like at AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, and so on. And here, how you quickly check it, you either go and test it with, Breslow. God, I made a mistake. I'm sorry, guys. With Breslow AI, this is the tool that we have like founders of in our chat. This is the AI that helps you kind of get analyzed whether you're performing good in GEO or not, or you can just ask ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or Perplexity yourself, like what app should I use for quitting weighting, right? For losing weight and so on. And then this is the things that you can do to get better. I'm not an expert here. I wanted to hear maybe Lopti or Neha about this more. Here is their tool, and you can read their blog like on Praslo AI about getting better at this like geo thing, but you can basically use their AI to do that. Other people, third parties should be writing articles about you. You should be being mentioned somewhere, getting awards and so on. Thanks for watching the video. You may also find other videos on my channel about finding and validating an app idea, about full roadmap of building an app, and much more information for app founders. See you next video.